What is up, folks? Greetings and happy Wednesday. It is time for video games, and we're gonna have some pretty unhinged gaming happening tonight. Well, I hope so. Anyway, I'm gonna hope that I'm not, promising too much or blowing the amazingness of what we're about to play out of proportion. I only tried it for like 2 minutes before, so when we get to it, you'll see what I mean. Because on its surface, it sure is kind of incredible. But one thing at a time. We currently are undergoing, I don't know, a sort of impromptu. What do I even call it? I was gonna say deep dive. I mean, I guess we're diving pretty deep tonight, but we're playing a bunch of Prince of Persia games. We did that for a while last year, and now we're doing it again. Played through Sands of Time, which I found very enjoyable. I thought that game was more fun than I expected. I was thinking I might not appreciate it as much now, but I think I did. I had a great time with it, and I'm actually quite excited to play the other 3D Prince of Persia games. Whether we'll get to all of them in rapid succession over the next couple of weeks or not, that remains to be seen. But we'll be playing some of them, that's for sure. Tonight we're not going to be playing a 3D Prince of Persia game, but it's kind of a sequel. Well, I mean, it also itself a sequel. But we'll get to that in a minute. First order of business, I guess. The usual housekeeping, is that the word? Kind of stuff. The conversation came up, the topic came up in chat, and I have in fact, let's see if I can understand how to use chat here. Did they just change how this looks? I think it's this is a Franker Pays C thing that just looks very different now, and it has me really confused. I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, boom, there we go. We got a new emote. Feel free to use that however you see fit. We talked about this, that it's like, I feel like a Prince of Persia emote, is appropriate, and I could not think of a more iconic moment or visual to encapsulate in an emote than the prince being stuck on a couple of spikes. It actually took quite a bit of manual pixel labor to get it, but I'm happy with how it turned out. Blowforge, Gickman, what's up, guys? See, it even slipped my mind. I didn't even welcome people, I think, properly. You guys are welcome, of course, lurkers in chat, VOD viewers, everybody's welcome. Can't believe I forgot. But that's how perturbed I am by what we're about to experience tonight. But yeah, for a slight behind-the-scenes look, if people are interested, the graphics that you're seeing there on the emote is actually mostly made by me. It's I based it on the Master System version sprite because it happened to be just like the correct format. Doing emotes is always tricky, especially if it's like pixel art stuff, because if it's not the actual correct resolution, it tends to always kind of look like shit if you have to like crop or scale or mess with it. But the actual Master System sprite happened to be scaled like perfectly appropriate. So I just kind of redrew it and edited some stuff and tried to make it look a little more clear, and I had to change the colors a bit to actually make it work on the I mean, it still is going to look better on the dark theme. That's just the way it goes, but it should at least be somewhat readable on the light theme. But anyway, enjoy that emote if you got it, and feel free to pepper chat with it when I inevitably die 50 times in Prince of Persia games or otherwise. Sword fan, Pepe Paco, what's up, guys? Oh yeah, I made an interesting discovery, by the way, which I will explain in a second, related to other artwork to have been created, because I did in fact finally finish my first proper illustration on of the year with the Blade Arcus from Shining illustration, which looks like this. If you didn't see it on Discord or Twitter. That's placed a little funnily. I guess I didn't have chat when I... That's better, I guess. So, the thing that I discovered that was when I was adding this to my art request slideshow is that apparently, I had no idea about this, apparently in OBS there's a limit to how many pictures you can have in a slideshow, and it won't prevent you from putting images in the slideshow. It just turns out that once you're at like 70 something images, or you know, it could be it might be amount of memory, so it might be not just number of images, it might just be the size of them or something, I don't know. Eventually images just aren't going to show up in the slideshow. And it wasn't even this artwork that like triggered it, so to speak, because it turned out that because I added these images, and when I wanted to see how they looked in the slideshow, they didn't show up, and I was really confused. And then I realized the TMNT drawing that I did, the last one of December, which I can show you guys if you didn't see it. Hang on. It looks like so. This one also doesn't show up, even though it was on the list. So apparently, like, once you reach a certain limit, images just stop showing up. Obviously, that's no good, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Which is actually good anyway, because as I finished Blade Arcus, that was request number 76 and 77, I believe. And it's my goal to reach 100 at least, and then we'll see if I do more than that, or if we're stopping, or whatever we're doing. And I want to be able to have all these cycle through some kind of slideshow or something, right? So I didn't, because I discovered this right as I was setting up tonight, I haven't had time to look into it, but my idea, what I want to do is I'm gonna like split things up into multiple, because the same thing happened, by the way. I tried replacing the individual image files in the list with just pointing it to a directory, which is also an option for OBS slideshow sources, and that made no difference. Well, technically, it made a slight difference because it reads the files of that folder alphabetically, which means it's a different set of 70-something images that show up, but the amount doesn't change. And the idea I have is to basically do some nested scene shenanigans, which will allow me to have multiple slideshows that are then being sort of cycled between. And I think actually that is going, like, doing it that way is going to improve the kind of, how do I put it, visibility of certain artwork. Like, it's going to make sure, it's going to more evenly distribute which pictures come up in the slideshow. Anyway, I don't think this is interesting to that many people, but the few of you who are watching who are also streamers who enjoy messing with setting things up in OBS or that kind of thing, maybe you might be interested to know that if you have 70 plus images in one slideshow, maybe they won't load. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, who knows. But that was an interesting discovery. So I suppose before Saturday's stream or later this week, I might mess with that a little bit to see if I can get that sorted. I have been able to make a bunch of updates to certain things on my end, but there's still plenty of stuff I do still want to set up with. There's a bunch of alert stuff I actually want to change, and some other, well, all kinds of stream layout stuff. Mostly minor changes, but just to increase production values a little bit and make my life a little bit easier. People enjoy OBS? Well, what's up, Hazemaker? I mean, I enjoy tinkering. I enjoy tinkering with presentation and stuff. You might not know looking at the stream, it's not that professional or anything. But I enjoy tinkering with it. What's up, D? Thank you for that friendly jaxophone. Other housekeeping stuff. I want to say that there was something else before we jump into the main event here. Well, I suppose I can mention, I I happened to... Someone had linked or mentioned something about Gun Valkyrie on Xbox being on sale. Gun Valkyrie, of course, being an original Xbox game that was recently added to the backwards compatibility list on the modern Xbox systems. And someone had mentioned it in passing in an unrelated context, which made me like, huh, okay, let me take a look at that, because that's definitely on my list of games to get. And indeed, it was on sale, which I don't do this super frequently, but since that was on sale, I figured I'd take a look and see if anything else was on sale on Xbox. And yeah, I'm always intrigued with the back compat stuff, and there's a lot of like 360 games I might be interested in getting. The original Xbox back compat list, unfortunately, is not that long, but there's a couple of interesting stuff on it. I mean, they added most recently the Otogi games as well, but they're like 20 euros each. Like, they're like pretty expensive. Of course, getting an original disc copy is possibly much more expensive than that. I'm not entirely sure, but almost all of the original Xbox games are 10 euros. So the Otogi games being 20 kind of sticks out a little bit. Runin Gundam, what's up, guys? Hydration, a good idea. I'm actually developing a slight sort of sore throat, which I'm a little bit concerned with. I hope it's nothing serious, but we'll see. If I hopefully feel better tomorrow. Oh, I mean, I don't feel bad or anything. I just hope it doesn't escalate, or is a sign of things to come. But let's not dwell on that. Anyway, looking at that sale, there's actually a lot of interesting stuff on sale on Xbox. So I would greatly recommend anyone who is like in the current Xbox ecosystem to take a gander at that, because they, for example, you can get the 360 Conan game for like €3 or $3 or whatever, and that game's fucking awesome. It's like a very competent God of War clone, which I played on stream previously, and that was also a more recently added game. Ever since they announced that, I've been like itching to play that game again, and I finished that on stream like twice. But hey, it's a good game. There's some other stuff too, like there's stuff that I already own that happens to be on sale. But yeah, there's like a bunch of 360 and original Xbox stuff. A lot of it you can get for just like for loose change, basically. Which of course led to me sifting through that and actually picking up a few things. I wrote about this on Discord. I was like, man, I shouldn't spend money. And then last night I was like, oh, let's take a look at this. And then the page like didn't properly load. So I was like, all right, that's a sign. I'm just going to bed. But before I left the office this afternoon, I looked at it again and I realized that my my Xbox account happens to be tied to my PayPal. That's like my main payment method. And I got our payout from Twitch not long ago. And obviously, like, PayPal it's not going to draw money from my bank account. So it's almost like it doesn't actually cost me money to buy stuff. I mean, that's obviously not the actual case, but that's what I was able to convince myself. So I ended up spending like $25 on a handful of different things, including I feel somewhat silly for doing this, but I figured fuck it. I actually bought Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, which I do already own on PS3. I was like, you know what? This version's gonna look better or run better or something. I really would rather play it on here because it was like €5, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just buy it for the convenience of playing it on Xbox. But I also got like the Golden Axe collection thing that was put out ages ago. Basically, I bought that to have a copy of Golden Axe 3. And I figured, you know what? €3 for an M2 developed port of Golden Axe 3. That's a fair price. I'll pay that for sure. I forget what else I got, but just some 360 games. Oh yeah, and well, I got Gun Valkyrie, of course. So maybe we'll see some of that on stream in the not too distant future. Who knows? But if you play games on Xbox, I would recommend taking a look, because there's some really good stuff that's on very deep discount. So that's my public service announcement, I suppose. And that happens to sort of dovetail nicely with the main topic of tonight's stream, which is a game that I stumbled upon as I was browsing. In fact, it's really kind of at the core of what we're even doing currently on stream here, because we played through Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time mainly because it had come to my attention that apparently it was backwards compatible. So the first thing I did, of course, was I went on my Xbox, I went to the store, and I typed in Prince of Persia. Or maybe I did it in a web browser, whatever, it makes no difference. But I went into the Xbox store, and I typed in Prince of Persia to see if I could buy Sands of Time. And, you know, maybe there's other Prince of Persia games. It's obviously just the easiest way to search for it. Of course, as you guys may know, as I mentioned before, I found out that the original Xbox version of Sands of Time is not purchasable on Xbox Live for whatever reason. But it shows up because the game is supported. So that's why I had to go. That's why I had to go buy an original disc, and why I ended up with a copy of Jumper Griffin's Story, which is still sitting here. We're gonna get to it at some point. Much like that, you know, I ended up getting more than I bargained for. By going on auction sites to pick up an original copy of Sands of Time. But as I search the Xbox store for Prince of Persia games, in addition to the games you might have expected to find on there, I found a game I had never heard of. And it is kind of a bizarre thing to find on an Xbox, like, console storefront. And I was absolutely baffled. Now, this game turns out to be free of charge, so I didn't even have to spend any money, but I could just download it. And I mean, it's understandable why it would not cost money. It's less understandable why it's on the Xbox storefront. And you'll see when you find out what it is. And let me adjust my display here so I can actually see what I'm doing as we get into it. And let's actually find it here. There, like I said, maybe, you know, maybe it's not worth the build up here, but just give me a sec. What's the best way of wait, what? Sure, this is as good a screen as any, I guess. The game that we're going to be playing tonight is Fanmade Prince of Persia 2.5, The Crystal Castle. A lone developer's homemade sequel to Prince of Persia and Prince of Persia 2. It's got some kind of amazing artwork and a lot of art that's just ripped from the original games very poorly. I think this game is also available on mobile because the game, in the game itself, it claims to support touch controls. I'm not sure where or how. I'm actually not sure when this was released. 2020, alright, so it's like the newest Prince of Persia game. Because I was thinking, like, is this some weird old Windows Phone thing or something? Who knows? But obviously it's like a completely unlicensed thing, which, like, I'm guessing was probably developed... I don't know if it's called XNA anymore, I don't think so, but there is this kind of, maybe it's like a UWP thing, whatever it's called, like basically a Windows/Xbox sort of cross-compatible framework for development. Because people put a lot of these sort of apps on the Windows Store, and my understanding is basically you can sort of cross, like, release on the Xbox Marketplace with the press of a button, more or less. It's still highly mysterious how something like this can just exist on a console storefront like this, in my opinion. You might, you know, you might understand why when I searched for Prince of Persia and this came up, that I was a little bit perplexed. I mean, I guess it supports 4K Ultra HD. It's a website, that's interesting. But yeah, so... Fanmade Prince of Persia 2.5 The Crystal Castle is the game we're going to be playing tonight. Now, I've played, like I mentioned, a minute or two of this, and it seems about as dank as you could imagine. I don't know if we will be able to stomach this for a couple of hours. You know, maybe it's 25 minutes long and we'll just beat it. I have no idea. If we end up, you know, finishing this or feeling ready to move on, I have some other stuff prepared. We're probably going to be looking at a console port or two of the original Prince of Persia, because that, of course, came up after we finished the Mac version on Monday. That there's still plenty of versions out there that I want to try. But this was just too tantalizing, and even though we didn't play Prince of Persia 2 yet, I think we're ready to enjoy fan-made Prince of Persia 2.5 The Crystal Castle. Let's do it. Some highly incredible programmer art on the splash screen here, which, spoiler alert, it's kind of indicative of what we're going to see in the game. So the one thing I remember is like just going into the menus, like the B button like quits out of the game instead of going back. Oh yeah, so analog stick controls only, of course, as you would expect. Xbox sword and time controls updated. All right. Oh yeah, there's like no autosaves or checkpoints because you can like quit out of the game with a single button. So the game is like, make sure to save your game lest you accidentally quit out of it and lose all of your progress. Like it, I mean, obviously this is not like a professionally developed game or anything, but it's still, I don't know. I think it speaks volumes to how open the Xbox sort of ecosystem is that something like this can exist. More. Nope, that doesn't. Wait, do I press start? Oh, that's right. The right bumper. That's the confirm button in the menus. Which is definitely what you would expect. So let's press the bumper here to read the instructions. Use the left joystick to control the prince. To walk slowly, face a direction, press the right trigger, and then push that same direction. All right. The writing is a little bit puzzling here, but I've played my fair share of Prince of Persia, so I think I know how this works. Make note of the highly irregularly scaled Macintosh Prince sprites there. I'm not sure if the full majesty of the fucked up scaling artifacts of this sprite quite come across on stream. But if it happens to look partially blurry and a little weird, that's not on your end. That is what the image here looks like. And rest assured, the actual prince in the actual game is not going to look any sharper. All right, next page. To climb up or down, walk carefully up to a ledge, face away from the ledge, and then hold up or down. To move while crouching, face a direction, push down, and then push that same direction. Okay, why is it pointing to the A button? I think the A button is the crouch button. Because I remember being confused by that when I tried this before. And it's like pointing to the A button on the controller, so I think you crouch on A. Yes, that's true, self-destruct system. We are definitely utilizing at least 8 or 9 teraflops, but I would say upwards of 10 to 12. Okay, next page. To jump from a standing position, face a direction and then press Y. I mean, this is a highly logical and civilized control scheme here. Right trigger to sneak, A to crouch, and Y button to jump. All right, okay, got it. Oh, and of course, right bumper to confirm in the menus. While running, press Y to jump even farther. Press the right trigger to grab onto a ledge with your fingers. So that's the action button, essentially. I like the little speed lines behind the prince there, so we understand that he's moving quickly through the air. So we understand that the prince in this picture is actually supposed to exist within the same physical space as this programmer art boulder. Frankly, that would have been hard to tell otherwise. He kind of looks just superimposed here. Aim Grebnev has a badass homepage at the University of Washington math department. Yeah, I saw a link. I I was looking at the like product page for this on the console, and there was like a link. It was like official website or whatever, and I just saw the URL. It looked like a university URL. I didn't dare click it, but seems seems legit. Seems legit. What's up, Jersey? This is a true modern release. We have a cat pal who gives tutorial dialogue for the first 20 minutes. I don't know, if I'm being totally honest, I think that's... I'm not to say that doesn't happen nowadays, but I think that's like... I don't know, I feel like that's more of a 10-year-old thing than a current thing. But that doesn't matter. Haim Grebnev and Fanmade Prince of Persia 2.5 The Crystal Castle transcend time and space. Alright, what's next? To pick up something interesting, walk right up to it and press A. If you have a sword, press X to take it out. To put it away, press A. Alright. Okay, we got some missing outlines there from his pants. Also, that potion in that first picture looks quite nice. What's going on with these sprites here? With your sword out, press X to attack. With your sword out, push up to block. Alright, so no major, like, deviations in the controls here, but who knows? I mean, I feel like there's a good handful of official Prince of Persia ports kind of fucked up the sword fighting. I'm not sure how much we can quite expect from a fan-made sequel here, but who knows? There's an Android version. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, because again, it's like, it mentions touch controls. With your sword out, push right and left to move. Reached an open gate in the wall, push up to enter it. Additional left shoulder button, pause menu. Yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense. Left trigger, show time. I like that they call it shoulder buttons when the official nomenclature is left and right bumper. But, see, I mean, that's the kind of, I was just curious to see if it actually says LB and RB on it, and it actually does, yeah. It's very interesting that stuff like that, like, regardless of the quality of something, regardless of, not owning the name Prince of Persia or the sprites, that wouldn't be Microsoft's call to allow or disallow something like that, I guess. But clearly there's, like, no filter. The way the controller is depicted, the fact that it puts the wrong names of the buttons, like, I feel like those are extremely typical things to not, to have in a TRC. We talked about that previously, right? The technical requirement checklist for publishing. So, yeah, I guess it's just a whole thing with how you can publish apps and stuff, seemingly with no real oversight on Xbox, which is kind of interesting. Not what you would expect from a closed sort of console storefront. All right, so you don't actually use... Well, I can't call them start. There's Xbox... That's one of the things that I actually kind of hate about modern Xbox controllers. They've got boxes and hamburger, and I have no idea which is which. Whenever a game shows an icon for where you would expect, a button prompt, and you expect it to be like start or whatever, because even the use of the equivalent of a start and a select button is so fucking all over the place in 2022 or 2014 onwards, I basically have to guess or look at my controller. I don't know. It's one of the worst, dumbest changes they made for the Xbox One. Because I like the Xbox controllers otherwise, but specifically foregoing start and back to call them boxes and hamburger. I think they're called menu and options, but they're not actually called that, so I don't know how I'm supposed to know that. It's fucking dumb. Anyway, we don't have to worry about boxes or hamburgers, because apparently you just use the triggers and bumpers to pause and use menus in this one. Oh yeah, right, D-pad doesn't work. There's settings here. Oh yeah. Well, it's set to Xbox control. Like, probably, if I plugged in a USB keyboard, it probably would work. Keyboard support is like a thing on modern consoles. So I think if I try to put this Yeah, not allowed on this version. It's still included in the options. We're just not allowed to change from full screen. Extra music is on. I'm not sure if regular music is included, but at least we have extra music, so that's good. Must be a beta. I mean, it's 2.5, which it said on some screens, but not on this screen. But whatever version this is, Xbox Sword and Time Controls updated. So I think if we start a new game, we'll get the proper intro, but if we don't, we're just gonna have to figure out. But I think it'll probably play it. Based on the games by Jordan Mechner and Broderbund Software. Let me turn this down a little bit. This music is ripped too, by the way. Dude, look at this fucking art. Once upon a time in ancient Persia, beloved Sultan ruled, who brought peace and prosperity to his kingdom. One beautiful autumn, while the Sultan was away, his only daughter fell in love with a handsome young traveler. This made the Sultan's Grand Vizier Jafar very unhappy. Very unhappy, mind you. Since he wanted to marry the princess himself, you see. So the Vizier threw the young man into the dungeons. It's the first screen from stage 1. And he seized power by setting an evil curse upon the kingdom. But the young man escaped. He defeated the evil Vizier in an epic battle. Twice, in fact. And so, after saving the kingdom, the prince asked the princess her hand in marriage. And they lived happily. Well, for a little while at least. Fanmade, Prince of Persia, the Crystal Castle. So again, the music and everything is just ripped completely from the intro to Prince of Persia 2, by the way. I mean, you can kind of tell what's taken from the original games and what isn't. Based on production values. One morning, while the prince was standing on the balcony, he wasn't doing anything particular, just standing there. An evil witch! Thou thought that defeating my disciple would be the end of it. Away with thee! I'm just floating past the title screen, which is just there in the sky. That makes perfect sense. It's like an actual physical location with text floating in the air. Alright, here we go. Level 1. This is an Xbox game. I just went to the Xbox store and I didn't buy it because it was free, but there you go. Just go to the Xbox store and it's right there. Alright. Make sure you save. Okay, that's a good warning. Let's save. Oh yeah, I have to press the bumper. There we go, okay. So I think if I press B now, yeah, it just quits. It quits the game if you press the B button. So be careful to press the B button. But it might just actually, technically, it might not quit the game. No, okay, we're like still alive. Can I use the... I don't think there's another button I can use to actually back out. Whoop, well, we just saved again, that's fine. No, I saved. We're okay, we're okay. I can't use the D-pad. I mean, okay, let's practice the controls. Oh, that didn't work. That's fine. Well, I wouldn't say it looks like a Flash game because everything is like pixel art. There's no like vector stuff. Yeah, the prints is like super blurry and everything is very strange. Like the alignment of the pixel, like you see, he's like jittering. Like the sprites are just not correctly aligned for any of the animations. Okay, so can I use this? Nope. I wanted to see if I could sneak using the bumper instead of the trigger. I think I just sort of snapped. Wait, let's try again. For some reason, if I hold the right bumper, I can like teleport into the wall. I think it's something to do with being that close to it. So already we can kind of tell that physics are going to be somewhat exciting. Okay, did I clear the stage or did I die? I guess I cleared the stage. Okay. I was supposed to hold onto the ledge to see if something... But, well, okay. Stage 2. I can't show the remaining time, which means we're probably not on a timer yet. Save. I almost pressed B. That's definitely gonna happen. Alright, that seems to function properly. I wonder if you can hold ledges indefinitely. Of course, in the original games, you cannot. Close can I be? Like, everything to do with kind of... Like, everything is just a little bit... not white. I mean, it doesn't, like... I mean, it feels a lot better than, like, the Mega Drive or Master System versions in terms of performing reliably. But, I mean, clearly, things are a little bit off. So, I should be able to grab the ledge if I jump from here. No. That still feels good. Just wobbling all over the place, but that's fine. We didn't take damage. I like that we got little Christmas baubles for health there, by the way. They don't quite look like potion bottles. I mean, screen transitions are pretty much instant. That's better than some versions. Yeah, you press A to crouch. I will say, having a button to crouch instead of pressing down is actually very good. On the Super Nintendo version, you crouch with the R button, which feels great. That's well, let's not find it. But having it be on the A button, it's a little bit strange. We're making very rapid progress here, but I want to say that I played about this far, and then stage 3 was a big step up in difficulty. Oh shit. Cutscene? In the meantime, back in Persia, the witch casts an evil spell upon the kingdom. Oh, that was a spell, I think. It flashed white. Which will soon bring about the kingdom's destruction. Very dramatic stakes here. Oh, 180 minutes. Some big gaming implied there. Guess we're not going that way. Like the super smooth 60 FPS movement on doors and falling platforms. Yeah, look at that thing. That's probably bad news. Is that a wall? I mean, I can actually see that there's a gap beneath that top. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I pressed A, naively thinking that it would make me jump. Of course, A is the crouch button, which if you're standing near a ledge, will make you fall down. Which I guess is mostly accurate to the original physics. I'm trying to crouch, by the way. If you're standing too close to the wall, you can't crouch. Which, again, is actually quite... So that's interesting. So the weird ghost bubble is on some kind of timer that doesn't reset. Well, actually, that's not true, because I didn't get into that screen at the same time. Okay, so that's not a wall. That's gonna... Okay. Well, is this an awkward... Yeah. Okay. I didn't think that would be enough space to actually make the jump, but it was... stuff like that is, like, worth experimenting with to get a feel. Ooh, you cannot do a running crouch. Actually, can I run and grab that ledge? I can. Cool. That's not something that's always very consistent in some versions. Very glad to see the brand new emote getting some good use here. Okay, cool. I don't know if I want to go here. This is just kind of... so now there's no thing there. The foreground is... Are they, like, randomly placed? Well, that looks highly suspicious. No, like, switch or anything. I mean, clearly that's a thing that's gonna be able to crush us. But it looks like I could probably jump it from here, assuming the floor underneath it will trigger it. I mean, I might still... let's try it. Okay. I mean, I don't know that it would have killed me, but I'm alive. That's a very blurry skeleton. I don't have a sword currently, so... definitely want to avoid that. There's a timer. We have 177 minutes left. The timer started on this stage. This is stage 3. Well, it looks like there's a ledge up there. I guess I should probably save this in case I took damage. Well, that's fine. Okay. Oh, that's a switch. Okay. Well, I can't really go anyplace else. So what did that even do? Level layout's a bit... Oh, okay, well... My intuition was correct. Like, Prince of Persia 2 has very different layouts from the first game. This is quite different from either of them. Like, but it is very interesting to see, like, some of these, you know, whether it's fan-made levels for the DOS game or even, you know, the official new levels added to some of the console ports and stuff. Like, some of the kind of restraint or kind of self-imposed limitations and design rules in the original game, they really start becoming apparent when you start playing versions that clearly do not abide by the same rules. So, like, in the original Prince of Persia, it's actually quite, like, rare. Crouch, that's fine. It's quite rare to have situations where you have that many branching paths. The fuck? Okay. Well, I guess if I didn't stop to drink, I'd get there sooner. Like, there's usually... You can really only go in 2 directions, basically. Or, like, maybe there's 2 or 3 things. Like, essentially, it kind of feels designed to not put the player in a position of... Okay. Well, let's not bother with that, then. Like, the player is never really overwhelmed with the amount of choices. Like, some stages... Or rather, I pressed the wrong button. Some stages, like the very last few stages, play a little bit with kind of, what's the word? Subverting expectations. But there's almost no levels in the original game. That's right. They're overwhelming in the sense that you're going to lose track of the layout of where you can go because you can go in so many different directions. Like here, it seems like you can go in a lot of different directions, and they might kind of overlap. Ah, I see. So that's actually going to keep the door open. I don't know what that music was, but... So that was a bigger jug, so maybe that's a health extension? So I gotta crouch from over here. No, over here. If I would... No, I... Try again. Turn around. Hold A. There we go. Now we can scoot through here. I'm not sure exactly why crouching and drinking had to be the same. Because actually in the original, you press the action button to drink. Nice, that was a health extension. Sick. So where the heck can we even go? I guess we can try to get past the ghost cloud. I just assume that it's going to instantly kill us. Going back to that bottom path, there is a... Oh, no. No, okay. Well, it dealt 2 damage, okay. I had to run really far there. Did, but... I wonder if I can get past... Because I don't know if I can get back now without getting killed by the cloud. It's not open. I mean, the cloud moves off screen. So... I assume that it doesn't stop moving just because it's on a different screen. But it's not really like I can safely inspect. It's just gone, I guess. Maybe that opened the gate up here? Well, I guess I want this potion now anyway. Though he just bounces off to the side in the animation after drinking. No, that didn't... I mean, I didn't hear a door sound, but... What could that switch even have done? Seems well made. I mean... Does it, though? It's... Certain aspects of it, like, it controls... Okay. But there's also, like... The button layout being really strange... And the analog stick only movement. Like, these things make it handle worse than it should. I gotta go past here. Okay, so let's see if I can... I scoot up here. That should be perfect. Okay, yeah. So, note to self, you gotta scoot all the way over there. Hell. Dude, the fucking low... Oh, okay, that's pretty sick. The... the skeleton is like ripped pixel art from, I don't know, DOS Prince of Persia 2 maybe, but it's all blurry and improperly scaled. They didn't use the skeleton that matches the Prince's art. So yeah, we're at about 10 minutes on the first stage with the timer. Still have no idea what we're really doing here. I still don't know if anything we did up here, even that, like, not having a sense of how things kind of fit together and whether what you're doing is actually having an impact. On, like, I can't tell if anything I'm doing is getting me closer to a goal, because I don't know what any of my goals might be. But yeah, I mean, certain aspects of the game handle kind of fine. In fact, if I played this on a keyboard, I'm sure the controls issues would be... Well, not a big deal, I was gonna say. I don't think they are a big deal now either, but it definitely makes it a little more awkward than it should be. Guess we'll go here. I wonder if you can... Like, I wonder what makes that disappear. I wonder how long, like, we're... Okay, yeah, so it, like... Can I catch it, like, on its way to the right? Nope. Oh, okay, it just disappears after hitting you. It only deal 1 damage this time? So as far as, like, whether the game is well made or not, I think aspects of it handle sort of just fine. But then you have stuff that's really goofy. Obviously, it looks terrible. I'm not even really talking about the original art. See, there's stuff like that. Obviously, the art isn't very good. But that's okay. I mean, if it, like, plays well or whatever, that's... But the actual use, like... I feel like if this person had, like, traced their own graphics on top of the original character sprite, so we had, like, an actual original character sprite, I would actually like the look of it a lot more. I think the assets that are, like, stolen are easily the worst part. So, oh yeah. Yeah, there's no way I can drop that tile down there without falling myself. I don't know if like, that's a thing. Like, maybe that's supposed to land on a switch or something? No idea. Yeah, I kind of assume that the music here is taken from someplace else, too. Like, I guess maybe from Prince of Persia 2? So, okay, I gotta be a little quick here and not fuck up. There we go. Can I drop tiles on the bones to have him not spawn? I don't know, I can't jump that far. There's really no reason to drink that. Screens like this, like, I don't know. It's really quite strange. So, yeah, I have to take damage here. Because if that opens the door, that probably opens the door back. Because there isn't any doors up here, there's just a skeleton. Skeleton ahead. Okay, that was pretty close. Won't get credit for 100%. We're going for the 90%, so we're fine. But the only door I can think of is the one that's up here, right? There wasn't a door on the left, you just got to, like... Nice, okay. Whoa! That was weird. Actually, I wonder... We didn't even save on this level. I wonder if it saves the beginning of the level, or what it saves exactly. If it's like a full-on quick save. Okay, I can go up here. That's so... I mean, you can tell, like, so much of what makes the original game great is, like, in the level design. Alright, I'm gonna just assume that that's gonna kill me. Seems like a reasonable assumption in a game like this, that just anything in general is likely to kill you. There's a lot of ways that this could be a lot worse. It's also not exactly good. So, yeah, it could be a mouse hole from my mouse friend, but do I want to assume that? I don't know. Also, it's interesting that you... thought that's probably what it was doing, but I didn't know. I like that you have some of these rock detail that looks definitely like they're pencil sketched. What was I gonna say? Just like the level design and stuff, like there's a lot of it that definitely has a kind of amateurish vibe. Like when you have stuff to compare it to, the elegance and kind of genius of the character, or the level design in the original game becomes more apparent. So obviously I could have gone further there to maybe find stuff, but I don't know. Let's hope I didn't need to go there to find a sword or something. To the best of my knowledge, I don't have one. I guess I should... Okay, yeah, press the X button to check. So we don't have that many save slots, but I guess I don't really need to save on level 1, so that's fine. Progress. What the fuck is this? I mean, it's kind of cool, but... Yes, I do a running jump and grab the ledge? Oh, that's... Looks like a big level. So I'll take damage here. Unless... No, okay, I guess you... Yeah, if you fall 2 floors, you don't land. Alright, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh! Alright, we got different ambience. That's kind of cool. To be clear, guys, like, I'm enjoying this. This is kind of cool. Fucking HDR. But, I mean, it's still pretty mysterious. Okay. Fuck, do I jump? Oh, see? Okay. This is an interesting new mechanic. I can grab that, but I can't climb up. That's not a thing. That's actually pretty cool. But I still think the level design is not great. Like, it's not that the level design is bad, but it's kind of interesting. But it definitely feels unrefined. Like, it feels a little awkward to play due to it. I can go up here. Like, it's just a little... Well, again, overwhelming is kind of the word that comes to mind. There's a switch up there, but it looks like it was behind a gate. It's very sprawling. Oh, there's the exit. Okay, so I have to do something to open that gate, which presumably opens thing to get to the exit. So far, it's kind of funny that the actual exit button has always been, like, right by the exit. Kill us. That doesn't kill us. Ah, there was a thing there. Not paying attention. So that one is 3 tiles wide, which means I guess you have to do a perfect running jump. Get it. Speaking of which. Yeah, see, there's like stuff like that. You have to press the button like... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So many tiles in advance. And to put that, like, right on the screen border makes it pretty awkward. Doing that shit is sick, though. Feels so good. Alright, let's just do this. So even calculating where you have to make the jump, that's, like, pretty tricky. And, yeah, you can't get back that way, because those tiles are gonna break. So, I guess we'll go up here, then. Strict timer there. Again, the button was literally right there. Okay, so this is kind of annoying because... The reason I said that was annoying is because evidently you can align yourself such that you're like The crushers like really occupy like 2 full tiles basically, so that if you're even the slightest bit off, see that, like I could basically you can find yourself in a spot where you're a little too far away to actually make it, and that makes me suspicious that I might be able to take it like a sneak step forward and actually move into the crusher's range. So I'm gonna do that first. Seems to put me further. Okay. Maybe not. Dude, these look like some fucking Zorro-ass map layouts. Anyone play that game? I think it's a Spanish game. It's like a Prince of Persia clone. It's from like 95, I think. It's pretty fucky with like weird tiles that move, and it has a lot of combat, and the physics are like super awkward. It's kind of cool that it's like a straight Prince of Persia clone. And I fucking loved Zorro growing up. Watching like reruns of the black and white Zorro TV show. But that game is not great. But that's also, I haven't played Zorro all that much, but I like my impression of that game is, I mean, this is arguably a better game, but it's got similar kind of issues of them sort of seemingly trying to one-up the level design of the original Prince of Persia by making it more complex and more kind of convoluted, and there's more greebly, just like more stuff going on everywhere. So that's a 3-tile crusher. I can't actually get past that, but let's see what's down here. Ink. Went up there. Yeah. It's definitely, like, I don't have at all the kind of mental map of this stage. What's over here? There's a skeleton there. I guess we'll have to see if there's a loose tile in the ceiling here. One over there. So I guess I probably have to like be a little quick there to climb up before the skeleton kills me. Oh my god, okay. I did not expect him to wake up that quick because the other skeleton took a little more time. Maybe I'm supposed to have a sword? I don't know. Maybe I missed a sword in stage 3 or some shit. I mean, of course, if I started over, I could get here really quick. So maybe I should, actually, you know what? Let's learn how this game works. If I load... Oh, I can... No, never mind. I load my level 3 save. Alright, it starts at the beginning of the level. That makes sense, but I wasn't sure if that was going to be the case. Actually, let's find out. If I can remember... Okay. Guess you don't take damage if you keep running? What did that switch even do, by the way? No? Okay. I still only took 1 damage, though. I'm gonna go up there eventually, so I might as well... I still don't know what that switch actually does, come to think of it. Let's try to not press that switch. See if it makes a difference. Yeah, maybe if you run towards the cloud, you can run through it, but you can't do it if you run in the same direction? I don't know. Every screen looking very similar also makes it harder to remember what's what. That's very funny. We just bump into the wall. Dude, you have to... the timing on how to do those jumps definitely feels a bit funky. No. I think this is where you do another running jump. No, this is a skeleton. Okay. Oh, maybe if I'm sneaking, skeleton can't hear me. Because he didn't fucking rattle them bones or anything. That is interesting. Maybe that's a mechanic. Because if that's the case, on stage 4, I deliberately did not climb down because I wanted to save time by not having to turn around. But maybe dropping down without climbing is what woke the skeleton up. Force damage feels a bit fucked, though. Did I skip the crusher? I don't know. Oh, I guess it was after. Yeah, I did. That's right. I forgot which screen it was on. So that's gonna open the door on my right here, I guess. So I think... just to try something here. It's so disturbing that these foreground rock formations are like, they move every time you respawn. Oh yeah, okay. I just wanted to check if this also refills your HP. It should. That's good. So weird. Oh, what's up, Tefla? Yeah, this is a highly mysterious game. Made by some math professor, I guess? And published on the Xbox Store for free. Forget if... I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be anywhere. Right, so this is the exit here, right? Yeah, okay. So let's explore now. What is over here? Like the placement of all these potions and stuff, like everything feels so... There's like something vaguely unsettling about how like not quite correct. Wait, what? Why was... I just ran over that. How was that tile loose? There's a rat over there. Okay. Why is there so much level over here? I mean, there's a... There's a life extension there, I guess. Fuck's sake. Not what I meant to do. But hopefully this switch opens this door. Why is there... Why is there a door with door switches on... immediately on both sides of it? Like, what purpose does that fill? Like, the level and kind of puzzle design. Okay, so that did not hit a switch. If I jump to my left here, I won't be able to jump back, I think, because it looks like it's 4... No, I guess maybe I'll do a running jump and grab the ledge. I mean, it's not like I have anywhere else I can go, really. Yeah. Have I been on this screen? I think so, but how would I be able to know? What's up, Athenian. Yeah, believe it or not, Fanmade Prince of Persia 2.5, the Crystal Castle, is somehow not in Twitch's game directory. So I had to make do with the closest thing I could find. Well, I can make it back up there. I guess the only thing I can hope is that that loose tile... I was gonna say, did in fact land on a switch. But there was no sound. So I think the way I have to drop this tile is to do a running jump to my left. And that didn't appear to land on a switch either, just based on the sound it's making. Yeah, we're back here. That's what I thought. I'm just assuming that if I'm gonna want to spend the extra like 5 minutes fucking around here, the reward would be another health extension, which was locked away behind the door, meaning I'm looking for some way to open that door. And it would not be egregious to imagine that I'm supposed to drop a tile. It seems weird to have such elaborate and complicated puzzles at the beginning of the game. And again, I suppose I'm expected to have finished Prince of Persia 1 and 2 before playing this. Yeah, the foreground pillars are kind of whack, has to be said. Well, luckily that other tile is not loose now, for some reason. The way that jump, like, you kind of snap into the jump in a weird way, too. That's still not open. Was there anywhere else I could go from here? So I have a save file on the next stage. I was just kind of exploring how the save feature even works. I mean, technically, it's possible that I could drop down and not die here or something. Because either I just die now and load the save game, or I just waste time finishing the level or whatever. So it looks like there is a life extension potion somewhere on the top right, but I actually don't know how I'm supposed to access it, so I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, health extension seems funny because we don't have a sword and we can't fight. I mean, that was the thing I was really concerned with, like whether I had missed the sword. But we sort of maybe found out that you can sneak past sleeping skeletons. So with that knowledge, or assumption anyway. Oh, okay. So the screen flashes a checkpoint. See, we're learning. We're gaining data, valuable data. So there's a checkpoint like after you. Oh no, this is not after you find the exit. I see. Hey, what's up, Dan? If you could miss the sword, that would be wild and very strange. Yes. I see no reason to assume that that could not be the case. Based on everything we've seen so far, I would absolutely not put it past this game to allow us to miss the sword. May I remind you that this is a game where you press the left bumper to bring up the pause menu, and you press the right bumper to confirm your menu selections. And if you press the B button to back out, you just go back to the Xbox menu. So that's a really cool thing. It doesn't quit the game, it just sort of alt tabs. But it's still, you know, something. Let's see. Let's load our level 4 save. Bumper, right, not trigger. You have 3 hours, which you might need. The levels are, like, it says level 4, but level 1 was like 2 screens, and level 2 was like 4 screens. That's not the right button. Yeah, the controls are a bit messy. Yeah, I have to do a running jump, of course. So level 3 is like the first real level. And this is like the second level. No, that's right. I have to go here. course, trying to piece together how the hell I got to what skeleton was is a different story. But I guess it was down because I think we went up and looked around and it was just kind of... I remember going up there and then going back down, so I assume that whatever we found up there was not worthwhile, or probably we found a locked door or something. Alright, so a crusher there. So fucking scary looking because the way the sort of slanted tiles are laid out. Makes it look like you're standing underneath the crusher. That thing will absolutely instantly kill you, by the way. I think we went to that screen? Some kind of landmarks or something would be nice. I'm legitimately feeling a bit stressed out, like, because I have such a poor sense of direction, like, getting lost is something that stresses me a little bit. And will I snap to the place there? No, I guess that means I can't climb up on the right side. Yep. And I think, you know, maybe it's... Well, actually, that's not true. I was going to say, maybe it's just my familiarity with the original Prince of Persia levels that has me sort of conditioned to think that those levels are much more intuitive. But even when I played the... Because I had that thought previously. But even when I played, like, the Mega Drive version... and when we got to the original levels, it was like, whoa, it's original levels. Oh my god, how's this gonna go? And then, like, they were... You could tell that they were made by someone else than Jordan Mechner. They're just are designed in a different manner. Oh, nope, that does not work. Well, at least... at least we know that. Sneaking mechanics not a thing, maybe? Unless maybe now I'm allowed... now I can climb up from the right or something? I don't know. We probably have a bunch more places we can go and explore, but it's hard to keep track. But yeah, like the Mega Drive original levels, they feel very distinct, but they weren't like this. Crouch, there we go. I mean, I think it's fair to, if you were to make the argument that this is just like a different style of level design and they're going for a more challenging type of levels. You know, I can't say that's an invalid point of view. I wouldn't necessarily say that I think this is bad level design. I think the specific flavor of level design in the original Prince of Persia is something I'm personally very, very fond of. And even if this controls and functions better than it looks, let's say, okay. No matter how well it played or looked, without good level design, like, it's hard to end up with a game that's... Okay, so I think I might actually die if I jump from here, because I'm not sure if I'm actually close enough. And if I take a full step to the left, that might also... Yeah, so that actually, I think, maybe got me a little closer. I don't know if I would have died, but at least this worked. There's a mouse down there. Okay. Fuck's sake. Okay, is he gonna come back? You know, in the original game where the mouse saves you, by the time you reach that point in the game, even though you feel like, shit, I'm locked in here, there's a certain level of trust that's been built up between you and the game. This game so far has done absolutely nothing to gain my trust. And I am, in fact, more inclined to believe that I'm legitimately stuck here. Yeah, rip. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know if I could know. Trust that the game will hose me. I mean, if anything, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we can save ourselves some time here. Actually, let's try... Does this restart the level? Or the game? Start the level, okay. But it's gonna lose me a bunch of time. I mean, I might as well. Apparently, Dynamite, I saw this, but I didn't visit the site myself. But if you go to the store page for this game, do this. There's like, if you go in the web browser anyway, yeah, Xbox Store seems a bit broken because there's the same thing on PC. A bunch of stuff isn't loading properly. There is a link somewhere to an official homepage, website, whatever. Yeah, Fanmade, Prince of Persia, the Crystal Castle website. And it's okay. It's like a university website or something. But someone went there and looked earlier, and there's like, you can download the game for Android. There's like a level editor. It's a whole thing. Alright, let's... Oh yeah, you have to use the analog stick in the menu, and in the game for that matter. The D-pad just does absolutely nothing in this game. Yeah, 164 minutes here, okay. Let's try something. Could I do a standing jump and grab the ledge down there? Like... Nope. Like, clearly the physics and the momentum, like, doesn't quite operate... the same way. There's nothing here, right? Yeah. Ah, right, okay. I have to drop down first, I forgot. A lot of stuff doesn't quite operate the way they do in the original games. What's up, the opponent? Yeah, I'm sure this is wholly sanctioned. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Mechner thought this was cool. But obviously he doesn't own the Prince of Persia IP. That middle tile just didn't drop this time. That is so bizarre. Alright, let's try to look in spots and places that we didn't before. If we can figure something out. Well, the tiles presumably are attached to the back wall, right? Although I wouldn't think too hard about the physics of anything here, because clearly it's a kind of an abstraction, right? It's not an actual physical three-dimensional space that would make any kind of sense. Yeah, there's no... The exit is up there. That was... I had forgotten about that, but... It looked like there was stuff even above the exit. So I guess... Okay, let's take a look here. There's a crusher here. It's gonna be fucking tricky to get past. I think if I do an immediate running jump from here, maybe. Oh, okay. Could have kept running. But I think I've kind of... exhausted most other options. Shit feels really good though. Go. Look down here first. Just tons of these giant pits. There's so many jumps like this that you have to make like right across screen transitions. Something you, like, barely ever saw. I think we got here before? Yeah, but we came from above. Because we came through this door. So, yeah, the levels are these kind of sprawling maps that sort of wrap in around themselves in a way that you don't really see in the original games. So what was up? I think... Yeah, because we jumped from the right here last time, that's right. So, I mean, it's possible that it's just designed to be... to have kind of alternate routes. So I wonder... I mean, I'm already lost, but I wonder if this actually puts us above the exit. Going to up a piece, maybe. What's over here? A skeleton. I see. I see. Well, I guess we can lure him away from that edge a little bit. In the off chance that that helps. I'm holding up! Okay, I'm not letting him get any closer than that. That's funny, though. Like, how many places are there in the original? I mean, probably, maybe in Prince of Persia 2, but I can't think of a lot of places where you would hang from a ledge like that and be attacked by an enemy. Maybe it's just because you would make sure not to do that. I don't know. But it feels... It's an interaction that feels, like, strange. Like, it doesn't normally happen. Like, even the concept of being hurt while in mid-air. I'm sure you can still, you know, take damage, but... What would happen exactly? Wait, have we been here? No, I think I climbed... I can't turn around. Okay, so I think I climbed up from here. It's like, everything... I'm used to things being a lot more linear than this. So the fact that you can kind of get to the same screen from like 3 different directions feels rather unusual. I don't think I did. Let me just go up, take a look, because I'd have to jump through the trap. I think pretty much immediately to the left of this is where I got to the mouse situation. Well, there's another mouse down there. Maybe I scare him off or something? I mean, okay, I did. Maybe the mouse goes into the mouse hole and it comes out someplace else. I'll admit, I was not expecting this game to kind of play around with core mechanics. Or to kind of add stuff like that. Ooh, I won't be able to turn around. Looks like a health extension. Like doing stuff that actually kind of feels like it could sort of fit in if they had done it in Prince of Persia 2. Like, the first game has set pieces, but it doesn't have a lot of sort of mechanics like... Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, this fucking sucks. I definitely can't jump from where I'm standing right now. Oh, I guess actually doing this is a better way to, like, inch forward. Well, okay. I guess we can get a sword. So are the other 3 swords gonna fucking come around alive to kill me? Or in fact, are all of them going to? I can only pick up 1 sword. We have a sword. Fuck. I was gonna say, so we can deal with the skeleton now. But now I, like, made the skeleton spawn closer. So that might still actually... We might still be dead if we try to go there. There's so many weird things like that with doors. Like, what's even the purpose of putting the door there? The doors are not really used very well. Why are there 4 swords down there? This game is very strange. Okay, so I should be able to take it. Oh, that's so fucking nerve-wracking. Just because the first time I jumped through one of those, it went fine, and then the second time I got killed. So now every time I'm like nervous about getting killed. Even though it's never happened again, I just know that it could, and that's enough. Which, granted, is not entirely out of character for a game like this. But it's when the game puts that fear in you by way of, like, being janky that it feels kind of messed up. So I could get through here. There's like a mouse hole down there, right? So maybe that's related to that other... Actually, I do want to take a look. See if we can... Let me think. If I die now, you know, I'm gonna be really annoyed. So I'm not gonna... I mean, I'm not too late now. The thing is, like, with how quickly that's gonna close, I don't think you can really make it. But did the mouse now go through here, or... Whew. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna assume that there is some trick to getting it, but... Ooh, I don't think I'll be able to get through here. There's like an awkward rusher jump here, I think. Let's just circle back and go up the other way. Again, though, I think if we... there's a very real possibility that I'll try to drop down on the skeleton and I will not have time to draw my sword, and the skeleton will kill me. But if that's the case, we know there's a checkpoint, which may not help us at all. Alright, okay. Giant hit sparks. Okay. Questionable collision, that's fine. A. Put back my sword. Okay. That went better than expected. We have a checkpoint. That's cool. Everything up here? There was. Okay. So I think actually the exit's probably not super far off. Is that a hidden switch on the other side of the door? The tile looks different. Can't believe this is like the second proper level. Third, maybe. They all look the same. Okay. Full health or something, maybe? I'm assuming that there's a loose tile above the exit there. Well, the checkpoint was right here. Did I go up here? Is that where I went? No, the checkpoint was before the skeleton, right. Okay. The skeleton's been conveniently removed. This game operates in mysterious ways. I go up on the right? Wait, why can I... Maybe it was just... No. What the... Surely I could go up here, right? What the heck? Maybe I did... Maybe I'm getting mixed up. Maybe it was on... I'm so fucking confused. I'm trying to swap places. Alright, okay. Yeah, they're like the door's still closed. Like the checkpoints work. They seem kind of messed up. Like they don't reset. It's not like a save state. You're just basically respawned and teleported, and everything else is like as it was. I guess. Yeah. Now he's over there. It's so funny. Earlier today, I was watching Grunt. He was streaming the original Hitman. And I was pointing out how that game has the exact same thing, basically. That game is very janky and weird. I mean, it was cool at the time, but I never finished that game because it is so weird. And that game has a very strange sort of checkpoint type system. Where you respawn if you're killed, but like enemies are still on alert. It's like really weird. So I guess this is the same, but although, I mean, it kind of worked out in my favor, actually, because he spawned a little bit further away. Yeah, okay. That's a hidden switch. That's what they look like. Good old Euro jank. Yeah, I mean, ambition tends to come with a little bit of jank. That's how it goes. Okay, so let's just check here. Is that tile loose? It is not. So we should be able to... It's so fucking scary. Just the way that it's animated makes it look super scary. So there is a health extension or something over here, I think. No, that's right. There was... Oh, yeah, that's a level start right there. So what was that other, like, weird hidden kind of... Yeah, and there's the switch beneath or behind that closed door. This game has a lot of mysteries. But I can't help wonder if half of them are just red herrings, or if they, like, actually are real things. Or if they're just, like, traps, like the mouse thing with the health extension. I don't know if you can get it and survive. It's very possible that you can't. Well, we cleared the stage anyway. This game is stressing me out. Sure you save. I have no idea how many... I pressed the B button. There we go. There's a switch there. Oh, that's right. I was gonna say, is the crusher gonna... Oh, okay. Press that switch. But of course, it doesn't actually activate if you avoid it. There's a time limit. Once you reach level 3... the timer starts, and it starts at 180 minutes. This is some Zorro-ass level design. Okay. I can't turn around. There we go. Oh, I see. Yep, we're going full Zorro here. Okay. What the actual fuck? I mean, okay. The physics are absurd. But the game leaning into it and kind of doing its own thing based on it is arguably kind of interesting, if that is indeed what is going on here. That is really weird, but it's kind of cool. Like, on some level, I admire someone building this, and I don't know if it's fair to say that they have to have realized that that it doesn't behave like the original games. I guess that's arguably beside the point. They were familiar enough with the inner workings of the physics of the game they're making that they're like, well, I guess I can make a screen that works like this, because there's no way that would work that way in the original. This is a wall, okay. So jumping here might make me overshoot this, but I think if I just run to the left, I should be able to grab the ledge. Yeah, that's something that doesn't typically work in the original, but it works in some cases, in some versions. It's definitely a bit funky. But here it seems like consistent. Okay, so you see there's a ledge there on the left? That's an addition that I'm actually really fond of in this game. There's places, like, because grabbing ledges of big jumps is, like, the best feeling thing in Prince of Persia. So, like, leaning into that is actually pretty dang cool. So I guess I'd have to do... Let's take a look again. Yeah, I have to make it over, which I can do by just running across the gap. Then I can do a running jump to the left and grab the wall and drop down, which I guess gonna help accomplish something or other. It's so funny, get like pushed further back. That looks like a healing potion, so I can't do a running jump over there, so this should be enough. Yep. Wrong button, there we go. Nice, okay. Like, I do like that the more extreme level design here makes it so that there's more crazy shit. Okay, so yeah, I won't be able to do a running jump off of 2 tiles there anyway. Okay, I'm gonna assume that there's just a pit at the bottom of the level. No sound there, okay. Let's hope I can stand on that thing. Or grab it, rather, yeah. I'm not sure if there was a purpose to that loose tile, but... okay, there's a pathway to the left. So, I see. So far this level, I feel, is a little more linear than the others. Running off a ledge and grabbing... It feels good, both because the ledge grabbing itself in general just feels good, but also because there's been so many situations in the original game in various versions where I feel like that should have been possible, but then it isn't, and it always feels a little disappointing. So just knowing that it's actually consistent in this one, that you can just run across a gap and grab a ledge like this, is... It's just kind of... I was gonna say retroactively satisfying. That's not really the word for it, but it's like... It's, shit, what's the word? Not comeuppance, but what's the opposite? I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying. Like, it just feels good, because something you wanted to have been there, but it wasn't in some of the other ones. Alright, running jump. Grab the ledge. There we go. Press the wrong button. I guess I'm back. This is the first screen, right? So what the fuck? I guess I just have to do an insane series of running jumps here. Yeah, because there's like... Oh, but what the fuck? Is there some way that I could... There's no way I can touch this switch without standing underneath that crusher. So I spent, like, I don't know, 10 minutes getting that health extension. Now we're back to the first screen, and I have to do a bunch of death-defying trial and error here. Not even defying, just death. See, so that opens the gate. Alright. Well, this is the first screen, so we might as well spend some time. Alright, so can I even... How early can I jump here? What's like 4 tiles? I do... I can sneak under them. So I thought for sure that I would have tried that. Doors are so fucking... That would have explained being able to sneak up and, like, jump from here. Alright, but that's awesome. We're learning how some of these traps work now. Let's see any time. Okay, progress. I mean, essentially, all that other putzing around. I didn't think that would work, but I just wanted to check. It was only in service of getting health extension. Dude, I'm mashing here. Wonder. Okay, let's. I was thinking if I could grab that and somehow move inwards closer to the wall as I'm like falling down. Somehow get towards something. Sometimes after you like recover from a ledge grab or something, there's a weird like I'm holding forward and he doesn't move. Let's just say the controls are not perfect. That just okay. Sure. I guess the clouds just deal somewhere between 1 and 4 points of damage. Didn't quite work. As well. I'm not feeling bad about like save scumming to save a little bit of time here because if we were to run out of time, I like had to start over. I guess you really have to take that one running step. Like the timer's so strict. It's stressful. Like, it doesn't feel like that would save you any time. Maybe I'm just, like, optimizing the sneaking steps here. Yeah, because now I'm, like... I see. I see what happened. By running, I'm triggering the trap. So the trap is staying on the button. I understand. Because that didn't make sense to me. Knowing that, let's... Okay, that's just a pit. There we go, we have all the time in the world. That's actual puzzle design. I thought it was just weird jank, but turns out it was puzzle design all along. Can you like... Whoa, hello. Well, that's new. I was gonna say, can you like jump through it or something? So on level 2 or 3 or whichever one, there was another one of those clouds. And the first time it hit us for 2 hit points, then we were able to run right through it without taking damage. And then most of the times after that, it dealt 1 damage. Oh, okay. Alright, so I wonder then if you can... Seems like it goes pretty far, so I think probably what happened was, I climbed up... Wait. I climbed up there to have it sort of pass me by. And as it was going to the right, I dropped down as early as I could in order to have it, to give myself as much time as possible. But it turns out that the weird cloud is, I guess, to a degree, aware of me. So I need to go up here. And see, it's moving faster now too, yeah. So now it's back to like patrol mode. But I need to have it wait until it's further along to the right. So I can outrun it. Of course, it's fucking scary to run by a screen transition, but I think it's not gonna follow me. This level is much more like a gauntlet, like a linear gauntlet of puzzles. Of course, it had the whole thing that I can go to the right to find health extension. But... This kind of looks like... Oh, maybe not. Just say this looks like I'm supposed to drop a tile to open that door up there, but... Whoa! Sword fighting is a bit awkward. Oh, there's a crusher there. I didn't see. I was like, how am I supposed to kill a skeleton? There we go. No loose tile there. Cube-shaped stink gas. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that exactly, but... Oh. I guess I have to do a series of running jumps there if I want to get through. I'm going to have to. That feels very dodgy in this game, but I mean, that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. Wait, can I go up here? I cannot. Oh, okay. No. I didn't die, so we get a second attempt. Killer Miller. I can't even speak. Killer Miller. That's how we say that. What is up? Have I tried Prince of Persia on GBA? I played it back in the day. So much for that. So I technically have played it, yes. There's a version of Sands of Time on GBA. I really don't remember much about it. I remember the fact that I've played it. I vaguely recall one mechanic. There's like pillars that you can climb. That sort of, they behave a little bit like Donkey Kong Jr. vines. You can sort of move around them sideways so you can climb up and down. That's like literally the only thing I remember of that game. But as I was grabbing some stuff the other day, I did, I did in fact grab that game and a couple of others. Not with any immediate plan of actually playing them, but more so in preparation, you know, having my my holster full of Prince of Persia games ready to go at a moment's notice. Alright, there we go. And yeah, because there's the GBA Sense of Time. I want to say that there's at least some mobile Prince of Persia as well. There are 2 DS games, I believe. There's Battles of Prince of Persia, which is like a strategy game of some kind. And then I think there's one other DS game, which I'm not sure. I don't know which came first, and I'm not sure. I don't remember what the other one is called, or I don't think I've actually played it. I don't think I've played either of those. So I don't know. I don't know what those games are like. There are 2 PSP games, I believe. There's a PSP version of Forgotten Sands, I think. And there's one other, like, Prince of Persia Rival Blades or something it was called, I think. I've been meaning to do more research into those games at some point. Okay, how much you want to bet I have to run? Yeah, this game, I don't think will stop you from sneaking onto loose tiles. Well, if these are gonna fall, I'm at least gonna be safe. That was a strange interaction, but okay. Ah, so many branching paths all over the place. It's kind of exhausting. Also weird screens like this. But yeah, so the lore behind this game, or why we're playing it anyway, is when I found out that Sands of Time was backwards compatible, my first attempt of... is that instant death or does it heal me? How the fuck am I supposed to know? Let's find out, I guess. It heals me. It gave me extra health, in fact. Alright, okay. Sure. I searched for Prince of Persia on the Xbox store, and this came up. It's available for free. There's an Android version. It's highly mysterious. Made by some math professor at some university, I guess. Came out 2020, I think it said. And, yeah, so I found this game before I got Sands of Time. I was, like, itching to play this, but I was like, we'll save it a little bit. But after we played through the Mac version of 1, I was just itching for more 2D Prince of Persia, and I was just so curious what the heck this even was. The music is good, which leads me to suspect / assume that it's just taken directly from Prince of Persia 2, because Prince of Persia 2 has way more music than the first game. But it's been long enough that since I played it that I don't really remember what any of it is. But obviously this game doesn't give a shit about, like, stealing stuff. And the intro to this game just plays the intro music from Prince of Persia 2. So, it seems... I mean, again, given the kind of production value of everything that is clearly original, it seems reasonable to assume that anything that's, like, actually artistically impressive probably didn't come from the developer. Can I... yeah. Level layouts are just, like, absurd. This, my hands are, like, peeking through. This is why... that's why I felt justified in calling this unhinged Persian gaming. This game is unhinged. The levels are so huge. It's like... it... well, that's bad. Well, so I don't know if it's bad or not, but I won't be able to get back that way. Oh, that's this screen again. Okay, I guess we don't need to go back there. This time I can go up. Why did that instantly fall down? Maybe that's just a mechanic in this game. They're like super loose tiles that just fall down instantly. Checkpoint. Ah, I got it. I was trying to do a fancy dodge because I was just about to say, I don't think I've actually been hit by a falling tile yet, but there we go. So the full screen wipe effect means it's a checkpoint. So it's like, it's unhinged and somewhat feral, but not fully uncivilized. Have I been here before? I don't think so. So there's a hidden switch in front of the door. If this game follows standard Prince of Persia procedure, which I cannot trust necessarily that it will, but if it does, that means hidden switches will only ever close a door. They won't ever open a door. It's just... Usually when there's a switch, it just opens the door right in front of it. But at least it maybe not switch right here. There's a little mouse hole. Well, we're stuck on this side of the door. Stuck on this side of this door. Maybe there's just two ways of getting to this place. Like, the fact that the stages are so sprawling makes it really hard to have any kind of sense of what it is you're working towards. In turn, making it kind of funny that you can bring your sword up whenever. Usually you can't really do that. What was I saying? Get up, please. There we go. Yeah, he's just gonna take a nap. You don't have a very clear grasp of what your objective is. Like, obviously, as soon as you get to a new level in a Prince of Persia game, you don't know that either. But you sort of kind of, you know, scope out what's going on and where you can go and what you can do. But you can usually fairly easily piece together a kind of mental map of the level. That's a lot harder to do here. Can I just... Okay. Can I goad them? Alright, okay. This game is certainly interesting, I'll give it that. Like, it's kind of operating by its own rules. But it's... That's the wrong button. Like, that's not a thing. Persia 2 does have, like, multiple enemies. Not usually quite like that. I mean, I think that was my fuck-up. I think I could have just hit them. But the timing of the attack, the combat is a bit... Believe it or not, the combat's a bit wonky. Three skeletons overlapping, looks a little psychedelic. I mean, yeah, the game is... It's on brand for this game, we'll say. Did I go here before? I had no clue. I think so, maybe. I'll just keep going wherever until I recognize something. And, yeah, I guess this is... What was over here? Yeah. Right. Presumably nothing. At least the first half of this stage was pretty linear, so... Maybe I don't have to worry too much about where I should be going here. Oh yeah, that's right! Everything stays the same as it was when you, like, respawn. I totally forgot about that. So that should, at the very least, give us a little more of a wider berth here. Did I... Yeah, this is where I made the two skeletons fall down, right. And there's the next screen here. Did I jump over it, or did I just... No, okay. So that's what I'm afraid of. That their attacks are gonna just overlap. I wasn't sure if... I couldn't quite tell. I mean, first of all, visually, you can't see what the fuck's going on. So... But you can kind of parry a little more rapidly. Like, you don't seem to get locked into the animation. Like, you can kind of do this. Whoops. That's fine. We're just practicing here. Yeah, I don't know. It's... I can actually hold up. That's interesting. But of course, if I just keep parrying, I'm not gonna really ever push them back. It's possible that I can actually sneak past them. That seemed to be a thing previously. I'm not sure if I went to the left here. Oh, there's a mouse there, which I can probably scare off. Maybe it'll open this switch. Yep. I mean, that's kind of cool. You see a situation, you're like, maybe this will work. And then it does. Like, that's pretty satisfying. I believe this is going to take us to the same spot from the left. Yeah. Just like it. Yeah, the whole mouse hole stuff is... I feel like there might be more to that than I figured out. So it could be that I'm just... either supposed to be better at fighting them. It could be that I'm able of sneaking past. That was a little scary. Could be that I could conceivably just get closer to them, and that way I can have them bunch up closer to the ledge. And, okay, let's try something else here. Alright, well, that took care of itself. There we go. So I was thinking, like, you know what? It might take a second or two for them to mobilize. And, turns out that was enough. That's what I meant to do. Exit? Okay. It just opens both. So I guess something else I could have done on the level somewhere would have given me that extra health, but... It's hard to say what health... Like, in PvP 2, fighting all those floating heads and shit, like, that is a real chore, so having a bunch of extra health is a good insurance. In Persia 1, it's, like, less of a big deal, because you can usually deal with most of what's being thrown at you if you're just kind of patient. Here, it's hard to say. Like, situation like that, fighting those skeletons, if I had to actually fight them, that might be really rough. But turns out that wasn't really the case. Plus, if there's, like, checkpoints and stuff, killing enemies... Yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, I don't even know if there's going to be enemies with health bars. There haven't been any so far. Game is mysterious. I've been going for a while, so I think it's high time for a short break. This game is, it's compelling. Compelling. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I mean, I've certainly played Prince of Persia games that are significantly worse than this. I don't know that I've played any that are danker than this. I mean, the Master System version is pretty damn dank. I mean, it's on some level doesn't compete with this, and then on other levels it's way worse than this. And not worse, but like, well, it is also, but way more dank and weird. In any case, I'm gonna go on a short break. I'll be back in a little bit with more fan-made Prince of Persia 2.5, The Crystal Castle. See you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back. Level 6. Let's see how it goes. Fucking gates. They're all used so weird. Then again, it's on point. Let's try again, shall we? Rip. This game. Well, let's try again. Restarting is very quick. That's nice. Let's be a little more careful here. Satisfying. Okay. Oh, wait, is there something up here? Nope. That's a very ominous opening there. I wonder if you have to like open it and like that loose or that you know single tile on top of the door. Maybe that's a loose tile. You have to like fall and grab the gate or something. Find out. All right. I mean, I have to make a sick jump here at least. I like that. Like, I feel like, you know, on some level, I'm feeling some kind of kindred spirit with what was his name? Hein Grebnev. Because tight running jumps where you like you fall down to a level below and you grab onto a ledge and there's this giant pit beneath you. Like, those are the sickest moments in the original game, and there aren't many of them. Here so far, like, yeah, okay, there's a lot of nonsense level design, but it's peppered with those actually really cool jumps and weird, awkward, but kind of cool falls and stuff. So I guess I feel like if I were building Prince of Persia levels, that's the kind of stuff I'd be wanting to incorporate. Which kind of begs the question, I suppose, of why I had never bothered trying my hand at making Prince of Persia levels. I mean, I guess the simple answer to that is that level design isn't really my passion. I'm very interested in game design, and I'm interested in level design. I find it intriguing. Certainly, I don't have any qualms about analyzing level design. Well, that was not correctly aligned. But I'm not really passionate about the idea of actually building levels. I mean, in that sense, you know, taking Prince of Persia as like the example, whatever word I would use, like in the context of Prince of Persia, I'd be more interested in designing like tile sets and like playing with the art of making it look interesting. Having said that, I haven't actually... Okay. Yeah, that works. Like I said, I haven't actually tried it, so... Because, you know, as much as I might dunk on level design being weird, I know it's not easy. Even though I can sort of, from a... in an analysis sense, I can look at the level designs in the original Prince of Persia and determine, you know, some of the rules that govern the design. It's easier to look at level designs and recognize design rules than it is building something from scratch, adhering to those rules. Because it's just simply easier to see, to recognize a pattern in level designs you can play. Like, just because you can recognize a pattern or recognize certain aspects like that doesn't mean that you can then author something on your own that will follow that same pattern. What's up, Cody? This is Fanmade Prince of Persia 2.5, The Crystal Castle. It's a very interesting game. It's highly mysterious in many ways. Unbelievably dank in some ways. But surprisingly cool in others. Like this stuff. These kind of ledges. Oh, that's... I would like to turn around, please. Alright. I couldn't actually go through him when I was facing the other way. I can't go through him now either, I guess. There we go. I wonder if... I was gonna say, I wonder if that's a bad idea. I wonder if this somehow will cause me issues. You know, then again, I'm just as likely to die before finding that out anyway. Well, there's a healing potion there, assuming it's not a trap. Nope, those tiles look solid. But yeah, the level designs in this game are unhinged. Unhinged Persian gaming is what we're dealing with here. That's the wrong button. The button layout is also unhinged. This is delirious. Well, I guess the game is not delirious, but I feel delirious playing it. Alright, so this is the screen. This is like the beginning of the level on the left there. What, that tile might be loose. I could die if... Well, there's the exit. So that seems reasonably safe. Yeah, there's a lot of these weird screens with just a tiny little spot in the corner, and the rest of the screen is like empty. A lot of these like gigantic open pits, and falling. That's a cool, like, that sort of layout right there with falling, like, I can't say it doesn't exist at all, but it's not a very common layout in the original. So that screen wipe there, that's the checkpoint. So we saw the exit, but if there's a checkpoint here, there's probably a fair bit of level left. Well, we saw what looked like an exit door. We've seen other exit doors that we've passed by. So, I guess I don't know for a fact that we saw the exit. Are there multiple exits? Who can say? The madman who designed this game may very well have done something like that. Alright, okay, that broke. Let's see if we can go up here. Doesn't look like it, but let's be sure. Yep. Right, so yeah, this gap being the shape that it is means that we cannot go back up there. I think there is something interesting about a game like this being so unpolished and so kind of strange. It kind of ends up working in the game's favor in some strange way, because I think what ends up happening, this is scary, because if I can't grab that, I would fall down and die. But if I stand over here, if I can grab the ledge over there, I will snap to it. So the fact that I am not snapping to it means that because I can't grab it. Because when you jump up like this, you move forward a couple of pixels. So if I'm sneak stepping over here, I'm already at the very edge. So if I jump up now, I will fall down. And of course, if I could grab what's up there, I'd be safe. But it seems like I cannot grab it, so I will not be safe. That would, yeah. Cool, that was scary. Like there's just this feeling of not knowing what to expect. game, like, it's gonna be able to spring something on you at any point. And sometimes the physics and the movement behaves a little bit erratically, I guess. It's not that it behaves inconsistently, which is actually great. This feels every bit as consistent as, like, the best versions of the original game. But it doesn't play by the same rules. I can't move. There we go. Okay. I'm holding. Okay, there's just a full second and a half of input lag for some reason. It was probably not input lag. It was probably just I was not in a state where I could move for one reason or another. But yeah, the levels are gigantic. Every screen looks the same. And it's, like, really hard to have any sense of awareness, like spatial awareness. I don't know what I'm fucking looking at here. Okay. Do we want to jump up here to see if any... Yeah. I figured that would happen. It means I can go to the left. Maybe there's a switch on the left screen that would open the door to take me back. But again, I have no clue what it is I'm trying to achieve here, so... Stuff like that, having, like, the first tile on the new screen be open, that would literally, you would never see that in the original. There's, like, so many big and small things like that that just make this game... gives it a threatening aura, let's say. The door's fucking closed so fast. I wanted to like, let me just take a peek down there and then go back up. But even that, like, I don't have time for even that. Guess we can go up here and see what's on the left. Okay. Let's load the checkpoint. This is where I would. I don't fucking know where anything is. Oh, what? Well, the sounds that are good, just like anything else artistic about this that's, like, kind of impressive or cool or atmospheric or good, it's just ripped straight out of the original games. The Princess character sprites, of course, are ripped. They're from the Mac version, but they're very poorly ripped because they're blurry and misaligned and terrible. The skeletons, I guess they actually look the most like the DOS or Super Nintendo version of Prince of Persia 2. I guess they could, because I'm not sure if they were from the first game, what kind of version they're from. But even then, the scaling is all fucked up. The pixels are blurry, and it just looks super weird. But I think the background music is from Prince of Persia 2. The sound effects, I guess, feel like some kind of a... probably taken from a few different sources and versions, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, all of the backgrounds are original. The intro was quite something. We can, before we wrap up, we can take another look at the intro for people who didn't see it. I mean, but you have, like, the menus that look like this. Like, it's... Actually, I wonder if I save... I wonder if it saves the checkpoint. It's like the Prince sprite looks kind of terrible, but it's still... it still leagues more impressive than anything else. Alright, so I guess I have to go down, because I can't go back. This is just a trap, basically. Yeah, make sure you save, because I guess there's no, like, confirmation. It doesn't actually quit out of the game, but if I press the B button, this happens. Which is kind of cool. like closes the game, but it doesn't like quits. It doesn't quit out of the application. But I guess if you actually quit, there's no autosaves. There's no. I mean, there's checkpoints, I guess, but nothing that actually saves. All right, I guess we're. Did we go here? I don't remember. So, yeah, for those who missed it, the background basically is I found this game. Yeah, sure. When I was looking for Sands of Time on the Xbox store, I just searched for Prince of Persia, and this was like among the top results. Like, what the heck is this? Because technically, I mean, obviously this is not an official game. So, like, you wouldn't count it per se. Did I step on a switch underneath this thing? Or like, what the hell? How did this just open? Oh, okay, I see. That, the next to it. So in this game, in the original games, the switches behave just like ledges. So you kind of, you'll do this little half step. You won't step on a switch without, like, committing to it. But this game doesn't do that. But yeah, as far as games available on, like, commercial platforms, this is the most recent thing released that has Prince of Persia in the title, because this came out in 2020. But yeah, as we talked about some of this stuff, like, it kind of made me realize that it's literally been a decade since the last Prince of Persia release. And Prince of Persia feels like a series that's had these, you know, hiatuses. Is that a word? What's the plural of hiatus? Hiati? I don't know. You know, because you had the original games, and then, like, way later you had the 3D games, and then you had the reboot, and then, like, but, you know, the original game was 89, but new versions kept coming out, up until, like, 93, 94. You know, the ports of POP2 were in, like, 94. And there were a few years there between then and, like, I think POP 3D was, like, 98? So there's a little bit of a gap there, but not a, you know, a longer gap by 90s standards, of course. Like, 4 years is nothing nowadays. That's a different type of drink. Gonna make us invisible. It's gonna make us something. Can I run through walls? No. The gravity floating potion? Who knows? But in between, like, Prince of Persia 3D came out on Dreamcast in 99, I guess. I guess I'd have to go up there to get past. And then Sands of Time came out in 03. That's another, like, 4 years. That's not a tremendously long gap. Let's get crazy here. That didn't work. Okay. I guess it's a checkpoint potion. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I don't think that's literally what it was, but I guess there's a checkpoint here. And that's the thing that kind of felt so weird to me when I was revisiting some of these things recently. The fact that Sands of Time came out in 2003, and then POP 08 obviously came out in 2008, and that was like a reboot of sorts. Well, I mean, it wasn't a sequel. And in the interim, there had been 3 games, because there was obviously Warrior Within and Two Thrones. So those, you know, from 2003 to 2008, there were 4 games. And then there were a few years of a gap, and then The Forgotten Sands came out in 2012, along with the movie. So, you know, basically from the inception through 2012, there was never more than like a 4-year gap without a new Prince of Persia game. And now it's been 10 years. Not that I'm necessarily that excited about the prospect of Ubisoft making a new Prince of Persia, but still kind of feels weird. Okay, so what the heck was the purpose of grabbing that potion? What the hell are we even doing? Clearly it's not a gravity thing. If it, you know, didn't save us from falling and then save the checkpoint after that death. Well, I mean, you never know. This game works in mysterious ways, but... So we didn't really find... There was no other, like, switches or anything back there, right? What the hell am I even doing? Like, found ourselves back here. It's very difficult to figure, like, everything is so... sprawling. I had to think there for a second, like, what is the sneak button? Right, so going to the right there is just gonna loop us back around. It's not gonna help us. I'm literally just going in circles now. Do I go back and try to see if there's some other... something I missed? Most of those potions, like the bigger potions that give you the health extensions or possibly other things, they're usually optional. Well, usually I say in the original games. POP 2 has like tons of hidden / optional health extensions. So being able to go over here with seemingly no other purpose than grabbing that potion makes me believe that that is the entire purpose of this whole area. Yeah, it actually looks like the ground is solid underneath the skeleton there, so there wouldn't be a loose tile there either. But, you know, maybe that potion was like a full heal and a checkpoint or something. Like, without having any understanding of what that potion did for us, it's you know, not gonna really give me any... I can't really say like, ah, okay, now that I found that, let's go do this thing. Because I'm like, okay, well, made the screen flash. Now what? What if I go... to the right there? I don't want to drop down there. That doesn't seem safe. Like, if that entire section was just for the sake of getting a potion. This where I'm supposed to go? Well, I mean, this looks kind of new. Well, I can't go anywhere else from here. So the question is, if I run off this ledge, will I be able to grab... If I land on this little platform down there, I'm going to take damage. But assuming it doesn't fall, I'll at least live. But I wonder if I'm able to... If I fall into the pit in between, would I be able to grab something? Or will I have fallen too far? Because if I'm grabbing a ledge, and you fall down, let's say you're hanging off a wall. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that this middle floor, I'm pointing at my screen, which you can't see, of course. If the middle floor was there, this middle, chunk, but the bottom chunk was not, but there was a solid floor. Or a ledge, whatever. Like, I could fall down 2 floors and grab the ledge, but that's from hanging off of the ledge. If I'm walking off this ledge, I don't think I'll be able to grab it. I think by the time I've fallen that far, I'm dead. But if I land on it, I should be fine. Then again, I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't really have any other options. I can jump forward, of course. Is there even a guide if I get stuck? Probably not. I was trying to grab the artwork, the cover art for this game, and image searching for this game gave me like 8 results. There's a guide on his website. That makes perfect sense, actually. That's pretty sick. Well, if we get super stuck... Okay, that's not a scenario I expected. But okay. That's fine. I have to get up to go through there, don't I? Yeah. Hard to go back. Yeah, if you like go to this, if you go to xbox.com and you search for Prince of Persia, this game will come up. And if you go to the product page, there's a link to the official website of this game, which I guess is just this dude's website. And I guess there's a level editor and an Android version. Maybe is there a PC version as well? Oh yeah, that's right. Isometry Studios. That was the we saw the splash screen. I can just go this way. It's funny though that like if you go to the product page, it doesn't list Isometry Studios as the developer. It just lists Haim Grebnev. Well, okay. Before we try that route again, let's go and see what's here. I do not remember. I'm actually not sure I've even been here. I think I have been here, but let's... I think I went up here the first time, didn't I? Which would then lead me to believe that... going down? Okay, well... there, I guess. So this, on my left, should be the other side of the same screen. Yes, okay. So if I'd been able, if I jumped from that top left corner, I would have probably been able to land on that middle section. I would have taken damage, but I would have been able to get down there. Well, I should be able to drop and grab this ledge here. So health? Oh, I mean, this is all new exploration here. Presumably nothing here. Okay, not a little bit less nothing than the last time we got to an outdoors area. Don't know if I can get up. Let's just experiment. I'm gonna hold on here as I try to piece together how that's all connected. We saw the exit at some... Well, we saw an exit-looking door, which may not have been the actual exit. So in the original Prince of Persia, you can only hold on for a limited amount of time. That does not appear to be the case here, or at least not the same amount of time. This is health, a red herring. This would take me back. No, I think I should actually be able to get back up here because if I remember correctly, there was a switch. No, this is a totally different screen. I've been here before. Yeah, I think I fucked up. Of course, getting back is not like a huge time investment, but I'm pretty sure I fucked up. Well, I mean, I don't know if my screen to the right there is anywhere I want to be. Either. I have been here before. So like that ledge up there, there's just like a way to quickly get down back here. Okay. Oh, do I cut this? Dude, fucking rope physics. I mean, that's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. Another checkpoint? Yeah, unlike the original games, this runs at 60 FPS, I guess. But the princess movement, of course, is still, because it's all the same animation. Thou shall not fly without the white elixir. Sorry, elixir. Well, I guess that potion I drank is the white elixir. I hope I shall be allowed to fly. I mean, it's getting weird in a way well, it's been weird. But its flavor of weird is starting to approach partially kind of weird that you see in Prince of Persia 2. That's a cool game. It's I don't like it as much as the original. But it gets pretty weird in a way that's really cool. Yeah, we're climbing now. Okay, there's a little gap there. I guess this is the top here. Alright, so I need to have drinks thy white elixir in order to ride Nimbus over here. I wonder if I... No, okay. I was gonna say, I wonder if I could have gotten here from this direction. That does not appear to be the case. Well, here goes nothing. I fucked up the input. That's fine. I'm just gonna take a little rest there. It's fine. We just had a checkpoint. We're fine. We're fine. Actually, how are we? 95 minutes. Okay. Yeah, that's... I have no idea how long this game is, but it gives you 3 hours. Yeah, that's a solid rip moment right there. You know what? I was contemplating the other option I saw when I was making the new emote. Which, by the way, I have a new emote. New sub emote, I should say. It was between the spike trap and just lying dead on the floor, but I felt like the spike trap was more iconic. Yeah, exactly. I'll be fine as long as I don't fuck this up. I felt pretty happy with how the emote turned out, and I'm very, very satisfied to see that you guys seem to be embracing it. Of course, we're playing a thematically appropriate game right now, but I feel like it's got good universal use, more so than most of my emotes actually. Is partially why I've been wanting to give them a bit of an overhaul. But right now, I had an empty slot anyway, so there wasn't much to think about. There we go. All right. Like a proper set piece, a little cutscene. Actually, we saw cutscenes before when, like, the witch cast an evil spell on the city. That's when the time limit started. Are we back to the city? New tile set. Level 7. New music. All right, let's save. I have to like lean back. Well, this is an exit door. Is level 7 one screen? Maybe I could have jumped to the right. Let's explore. All right, let's see what we can find. By the way, what's up, guys? Atreides and Kid Zaster. This alright, we got some Tetris blocks. This is a very interesting game. I'll say that. Alright, okay. So, I mean, I didn't think there would be anything. I thought it was... With nothing else going on here, why don't we at least take a look? Can you hear me over the tile set? Yeah, I can... I can see why. But let's see. Let's not restart the level to kill ourselves now. Let's just see what happens. It's so funny that this is still stage 7. Well, I mean, this jingle and the exit door makes it seem like this is the end of the level, but maybe it's not. Okay. Oh, cutscene. Did we finish the game? Probably not. Hurry, Prince! Your kingdom needs you. The witch's spell will soon be complete. Oh, shit! You got bird guys from Prince of Persia 2. Except they don't have beaks. I guess this is a potion? Flower pot? It's just decorative? Okay. Yeah, different music. So I take it we're back to the palace, or did we go to the witch's hideout? It's not entirely easy to tell from the visuals. Somehow this level design feels slightly less unhinged. Well, I mean, it's still pretty unhinged, but not quite in the same way. Dude, I wonder if... No, I can't get close enough. I was gonna say, I wonder if I can hit him through the door. If I can coax him to walk all the way over. But no, I guess not. Yeah, this is feeling a little bit of eye strain. I'm not gonna lie. So there's like an exit door with an exit staircase right above it. Like this... Okay. You know what? It's like slightly more civilized, but definitely unhinged. There's no enemy health bars, by the way. Little fuzzy white outline. I wonder if if you can actually go through that door and that's an exit. So this is still level 7, by the way, right? We didn't get a new actual level, like, number. Well, the enemy is from Persia 2. But it's not from the Mac version. Oh, okay, doors are just like a mechanic now. Oh, I wonder if this... Yeah. Going back through the other door there. It's a bit messed up that the doors look just like the exits, but... Yeah, that was scary. This could have been a trap and I was supposed to climb up, but I mean, on the other hand, too, like, the graphics being completely inconsistent is entirely consistent with everything in this game, so... Because nothing is consistent, nothing can really be inconsistent either. Nothing can be more inconsistent than anything else, anyway. Well, let's go up, I guess. I think this is like almost the first level we've seen where it feels like the level design follows some kind of a motif. With but like there's some degree of symmetry and sort of design to it. Well, we got a jaw trap. That's unsettling. It also doesn't actually, it doesn't like fully retract. It doesn't seem like you could walk through it. But it's so weird because like I'm so used to the way they look originally that the smooth motion just makes it feel really awkward to spacing. The enemies are in a different scale. Obviously the pixels are much bigger because it's from a like different resolution, but they're not scaled. Like the prince is in like double the resolution, but he's not, like we're not the same size. The enemies are like larger than the player. Just bizarre. Alright, so that's probably something we need. Oh, that's weird. I pressed the wrong button, but that was weird. So, can I go down from here? Oh, I need to be a little bit. So there's a switch there on my right? So that's going to presumably open this to let us go back. Yeah, doors close super fast in this. So that could be anything. So far, we haven't had potions that hurt you. Okay. Maybe that's like a full heal or something. We didn't get a health extension. We didn't start flashing or anything. We didn't get a checkpoint. That's presumably gonna kill us. Let's open the exit. Yep, that works just like the fart clouds. Ooh, oh boy. That seems like the safest way out of there. I really do like the atmospheric sounds. Outdoor air. Okay, so we're literally back to the start of the level. Well, I guess I took a wrong turn up there somewhere. Yeah, I remember that we went down, but I couldn't remember what was up there. But nothing, as it turns out. Go up there, but what's... Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Of course, yeah. I'm not exactly remembering much, but I'm recognizing it as we come across it. You know what? I'm actually thinking, you know, I know that sort of modding and like making original levels for the DOS Prince of Persia is like a thing. And I think there's something called like 4D Prince of Persia, which is, I think, basically like sort of a source port. Some kind of a modern, slightly more modern version at least, of the DOS game. And I know that people, like, replace the graphics and do stuff with it, but I think it's still fairly limited in terms of adding new things to it. I mentioned this previously, but I was able to grab, I think it was off of, My Abandonware or some site like that. Had, like, a version of the DOS game with the levels from the Super Nintendo version. Like, not official or anything, but just like someone had made. Which made me really intrigued, because most of the additional levels in that version adds mechanics and shit that it's not in the original game. So it doesn't seem like you'd be able to easily add those levels without incorporating, like, original mechanics. 40's like a master quest. Yeah, okay, I guess it... My impression, at least, is that it's like kind of a homebrew thing. So I guess it came with its original set of levels, maybe. NPC, what is up? We're playing an incredibly dank, but highly intriguing Prince of Persia game. Has this evolved into Prince of Persia retrospective? Not per se. We're not a complete one. We're kind of picking and choosing here So this game, so, you know, it was just really the genesis was that I found out that Sands of Time was playable, backwards compatible on current Xbox systems, which kind of jogged my memory and kind of made me want to check out that game again. And when I went to the Xbox store to find it, I found this. I was like, well, I have to check this out. Mainly, I want to play the other 3D games, but there's so many ports of the original games that I want to play too. So, I don't know. Like, I guess yes. We're doing a Prince of Persia retrospective. It's just not very well organized. 40 is a set of levels for the original DOS version. Okay, I see. Maybe I got it mixed up, because I thought it was like a different thing, or maybe either I'm confusing it with something else, or I'm just wrong. But yeah, my impression anyway is that as far as modding and creation for the original game goes, I'm not knowledgeable about it, really, but it seems like it's still mostly kind of limited. Like, there are level editors for other versions of the game. There's like a level editor for the Mac version. I think I saw someone release a level editor for the Mega Drive version. It was like cool, but why would you really bother? Oh shit. I didn't realize I had to jump again. I forgot the level looked up. Not a good start. Try again. Oh yeah, the pillars are fucking randomized. All the like decorative elements are randomized on every like respawn, which is terrible because it's like actively working against you memorizing the layout because you can't identify screens by their decorations. Like most screens are completely barren, but then when you actually have something to tell screens apart, like it's just the game playing a trick on you. I keep getting sidetracked by this game being amazing, but the point I wanted to try to make when I was talking about the different editors and stuff is that my impression, having done zero research granted, is that using any of those editors, you're still mostly going to be limited by whatever limitations of whatever version of the game you're editing. I mean, theoretically, of course, anything is possible. Fucking hell. But funnily enough, like, for as weird as this looks, and as strange as it behaves in some ways, if there is a level editor for this game, and if it would allow you to actually modify graphics and stuff further, an argument I feel could be made. You're not going to get the most faithful or accurate version, but an argument could be made that creating levels for this would give you kind of a richer palette to work with in order, like, in terms of creating original Prince of Persia content, which is a little bit stunning, because I feel like it's a type of game that would lend itself so well to, like, you know, user-generated content. Oh, that's right, you have to... I was wondering why you... trying to piece together why you wouldn't just go up here, because you have to go around there to open that door. Like, it was, at least at one point in history, an extremely popular game. It has a super simple to understand, you know, tile system and everything. Like, I feel like it's, as we've discussed, like, it's not trivial to make a good level, but functionally, as long as you have, like, tools to build, you know, compared to fucking, I don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog, or whatever. Or even something like Mario, you know, there's a shit ton of ROM hacks and editors for doing Mario stuff. And of course, you know, uses tiles and whatever, but it being so strictly kind of grid-based and the movement being so tied to the level grid and everything, I just feel like Prince of Persia would just lend itself naturally to being a very intuitive and simple playground for building stuff. That it feels a little bit surprising that that maybe isn't bigger of a thing than it is. Or more specifically, I guess, you know, more evolved in terms of original content outside the scope of simply building new levels from the existing tile sets. The fact that you can, like, run past falling tiles like that is so strange. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying this more than I thought I would, and I think, you know, when I first downloaded this, I played through, like, the first 2 levels, and I got to that weird cloud. I was a little bit taken aback by the sprawling level design. I was like, this seems absurd. And I mean, I wasn't wrong. This game is absurd. But it's definitely better than I would have initially given it credit for. Prince of Persia is owned by Ubisoft. And, I don't know, it's an intriguing idea to, look into the possibilities of Fanmade Prince of Persia 2.5 The Crystal Castle modding. Not to say that I'm gonna do it, but, you know, it'd be interesting to see if you could, like, in my sort of idealized scenario of having some kind of Prince of Persia editor, I would like to be able to put in, you know, tile set and animated background tiles and new character sprite sets and whatever, to be able to sort of combine and mix and match, you know, as long as you kind of make it look good together. Stuff from, you know, the Mega Drive tile sets with, you know, characters from maybe Prince of Persia 2 or what have you. But as well as, like, especially if you could add mechanics and traps or whatever. Well, I know there are hacks of some of those games, but mostly not for level designs, just for kind of bug fixes and whatnot. Oh, dude, no, okay. I was gonna say, can you kill that thing by dropping tiles on it? Probably not. But there's a switch there that we need to drop the tiles on. I know that there are, like, there's, like, what's it called? popuw.com, the Prince of Persia unofficial website, which is, like, doesn't look like it's been updated since the 90s. They have a shit ton of resources for stuff like this. Unsurprisingly. So, there's no, like, directional audio to help you figure out anything like that, but I know we went this route previously, and then I think I took a wrong turn somewhere to take me back to the beginning, but I don't remember where or what. Yeah, Tefla, we climbed to the top of the mountain. Yeah, this brings us back to, like, the starting screen. Yeah. Okay, but we have opened a door. That's right. We just have to figure out where we've opened a door. Could it be up here? Because we went up and something was locked, I want to say. No. At the top of the mountain is a cloud. And we had previously found a white potion bottle. And there's a warning where it said, like, thou shallst not rideth thy cloud without drinking the white elixir or whatever. Thankfully we had already drank the elixir, we didn't have to go find it. Wait, have I gone? to see. Just a long way around, but let's go back up again. But having drunk the white elixir, we were able to ride the cloud. And there's a little cutscene where we flew on a cloud to wherever this is. It looked like some kind of a temple. I'm not clear on whether this temple is back in the town or if it's like the witch's hideout or something. Yeah, we're using a lot of time here, but that's fine. There hasn't been a lot of unique puzzle mechanics. That door was probably closed before. In this game. Mostly switches. Like, there's been some unique scenarios and stuff. But the cloud was, like, kind of the thing that stands out in terms of being, like, a set piece. Make sure nothing's gonna fall. So we got a health extension. Also, I haven't actually finished Prince of Persia 2, so I'm not sure I know the puzzle you're talking about. We played Prince of Persia 2, the Mega Drive version, last year. The unreleased Mega Drive version that was almost finished. And had a few game-breaking bugs. We played a hacked version that supposedly fixed those bugs to make it, like, finishable. But I feel like that hack was not, like, very well tested, because once we got pretty late into the game, enemies started glitching out and became, like, impossible to... It was all fucked up. No, that's fine. Like, knowing that there's a bullshit flame thing doesn't really... Like, there were plenty of things that were weird. That only made sense after solving it. Yeah, the Mega Drive version was never released, but there was a dump out there that was supposedly near final. But by my, you know, estimation, it wasn't quite as final as they have seen. Well, this is just... Okay. We're just retracing our steps here. Yeah, no, that's a fair assumption. I was just too excited to play this. And I knew... I've played enough of Prince of Persia 2 recently enough to know that it's a pretty hard game, and it's... I like it, it's cool, but it's also a bit bullshit, I guess. Like, it's a very mean game. The first game is very fair, and it's like, kind of ruthless in a way. But I don't think it's ever mean to the player. It doesn't, like, go out of its way to be mean. And I feel like Prince of Persia 2 routinely goes out of its way to be mean to the player. But it's got cool stuff. So... What was going up here for? I'm pretty sure I did this already. I just got a checkpoint, so I guess I didn't. So even though I have Prince of Persia 2, the Mac version, mostly, I think, up and running in an emulator, even after finishing 1, jumping straight into Prince of Persia 2 just felt kind of daunting. So it's like, you know what? We'll check this out. We might mess with some other ports of 1, and we're probably going to come back to Prince of Persia 2 at some other time. Just knowing how kind of hard it is and sort of annoying, it just felt... Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, that's fine. It was more of a commitment than I felt willing to make at this juncture. Fucking hell, this game is long. Or this stage, rather. It's like the first exit door that you open and then have to actually make it to the exit. So it looks like we could just get to it, though. Question is, what are we missing out on? What a fucking jump, man. If you're meant to get there from the right. I'm trying to back through. I may have fucked up. Could have gone for the exit, but like this game routinely does that. Like it shows you the exit, and it's like, well, here's several avenues left unexplored, but you know, here's the exit if you want to leave. You're like, I want to leave, but of course I want to see what else is out there. I don't know what the fuck's up with that little room. But... Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So, okay, we had to go here to fucking normalize this trap. Okay, let me just... Have we permanently switched this? Does stepping on it again change it? I don't want to, like, jump over and then have it reset to its other tempo immediately. 3 tiles should be enough to make that jump. We had a checkpoint recently, so... Yeah, a lot of stuff runs at 60 FPS, but not any other characters or the gameplay. Which honestly is a good thing. In the Master System version of 1, the prince behaves extremely strangely, partially because he can, like, move perfectly smoothly. So let me... I mean, I assume that the switch... Well, I mean, you never know. Yeah, see? Like, certain things just sort of stay in its current state whenever you die and reset. Yeah, like like I've mentioned it before, how the Mega Drive version of POP1 does not adhere as strictly to the grid as it should. Like, the player doesn't snap to the grid properly, making a lot of jumps like 8 times more precise than they should be, because you can jump on, like, sub-tiles, basically. But that's child's play compared to the Master System version, because the Master System version, the grid system is like a loose, vague suggestion at best. Everything, like, the prince, like, moves perfectly smoothly. He doesn't, like, move in sync with the animation, so you sort of slide smoothly across the floor. The physics, like gravity, is completely fucked. Like, it's certainly the most unplayable version of that I can think of. They work this, I guess. This game has proven to be more compelling than I expected. I do want to play more, but I gotta admit, I am feeling a little not great. I really hope I'm not getting sick. I hope I don't have COVID, but maybe I do. Who knows? We'll see if I feel better in the morning. But I want to take it easy and make sure to get a good night's sleep, so I'm not going to push myself tonight. We'll come back to this on Saturday, I guess. This game demands our attention. This game certainly warrants its time in the sun, and we're gonna take a continued deep dive into this game. We're gonna continue this on Saturday, unless I feel even worse, I guess. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. But before we wrap up, let's see. So is this gonna quit me out of... Alright, we're back on the title screen at least. Let's watch the intro for those who weren't around for it. Based on the games by Jordan Mechner and Broderbund Software. There we go, Isometry Studios. I like that he used, like, the wrong I in Studios. This fucking graphics. Once upon a time in ancient Persia, a beloved sultan ruled, who brought peace and prosperity to his kingdom. I love when they recreate screens from the original game in the MS Paint graphics, it's sick. In beautiful autumn, while the sultan was away, his only daughter fell in love with a handsome young traveler. Like, this scene is like from the intro of the PC Engine version, basically. Fucking Jafar in his little window. This made the Sultan's Grand Vizier Jafar very unhappy. Very unhappy. Since he wanted to marry the princess himself. So this is like the first screen of the Prince of Persia 1. The Vizier threw the young man into the dungeons. Seized power by setting an evil curse upon the kingdom. I'm not sure that's ever mentioned in the original, but that's fine. The young man escaped. The final boss from the original game defeated the evil vizier in an epic battle. It's so good. Twice, in fact. So I guess this is the end of Prince of Persia 2. I guess maybe that's the aforementioned bullshit flame. Who knows? And so, after saving the kingdom, Prince asked the princess her hand in marriage. I like that he's super blurry. They lived happily. Well, for a little while at this. So Prince of Persia 2 takes place 11 days after the first game. This fucking poor guy, he's like John McClane if every Die Hard movie happened in the span of a month. This title screen is like, I mean, not the text, of course, but the clouds and everything is right out of Prince of Persia 2. I love this. He's just standing on the balcony. One morning, while the prince was standing on the balcony, as one does. I think that lady is from Persia 2 also, by the way. An evil witch. Thou thought that defeating my disciple would be the end of it. Away with thee. Amazing dialogue. Little S. It's just fully crouched, just driving his invisible bicycle or whatever. There we go. I love that he's flying past the title screen again, like implying that the title screen is physically there, just the text suspended in space. And then you just fly into stage 1 here. Yeah, diegetic title text, just hovering over Persia. Ooh, level 1. And that's the game. So you might see why I was not expecting this game to be very high quality. So if you drop down that pit, that's the end of the level. So both times when I first booted it up to try it and on stream, I just wanted to peek down that little gap to see what was going on. So I haven't actually seen what's on the next screen. Okay, well, not much maybe, but... Alright, well, let's see what's down here, I guess. One more screen? Okay, I didn't mean to repeat that. Well, anyway, we're not going to start a new run. But that was the intro of Fanmade Prince of Persia 2.5, The Crystal Castle. An unhinged game, but a kind of incredible one. And I'm excited to have discovered this game myself, and I'm doubly excited to have been able to showcase this game to, well, if not the world, at least to 20 or 30 people. That's not a bad place to start. Let me just take a quick look to see who is live, so I can send you guys on a little raid as we wrap up here. We're gonna continue this on Saturday, provided streams will continue as normal. And if anything changes, of course, I'll keep you all updated on Twitter and Discord as usual. You can find some links there if you want to check out what's going on over there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. This was fun. We'll continue this on Saturday. Take care, and thank you for watching.